All right, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome into another Next Level Broadcasting presentation of Traverse City St. Francis Gladiator football. We're live from Berrien Springs High School, Charles Strail, joined tonight by David Gray. David, pleasure to have you with us for this excellent game that we have on tap tonight between these two schools. I want to just welcome you into our viewing audience. I know that you're excited to be here. I'm excited to be here calling this game with you, and let's hopefully have some good football tonight.
Absolutely. Appreciate that. Appreciate the honor to be here.
Yeah.
Even though this is my first time doing this, I'm excited.
Right. First time covering the Gladiators and Berrien Springs for David here. So he's part of our Southwest Michigan crew, and we were able to bring him, and he answered the call. So he's filling the void for us here as we get ready to get this game underway between the Shamrocks of Berrien Springs and the Traverse City St. Francis Gladiators. We want to give a shout out to our pregame show sponsor here. That's Pop Excavating. Listen, Pop Excavating, can you dig it? Well, that's Pop Excavating because they can dig just about anything, any type of large-scale excavation project you might need done. That's Pop Excavating, a proud sponsor of Traverse City St. Francis Gladiator football here on the networks of Next Level Broadcasting. Reminding everyone here that you can watch tonight's broadcast streamed live on nextlevelbroadcasting.net or on YouTube, or if you got the link sent right to your smartphone, tablet, or computer, consider yourself one of many people who are tuning into this game from wherever to check out the Gladiators take on the Shamrocks here. So, David, we want to talk about the two teams' records. The Shamrocks of Berrien Springs come in with 0-2. They lost their opening week matchup to Hackett Catholic Central and then lost their week 2 game to Paw Paw. Now, for the St. Francis Gladiators, they beat Charlevoix in week 1, and then they had a come-from-behind victory over Lawton last week, which they had 31 unanswered points.
Wow.
And I know, just being a football fan, you're looking forward to seeing these teams really line up because they have two contrasting styles. When styles are contrasting like we will anticipate seeing here tonight, what's something that usually stands out to you when one team wants to throw and one team wants to run?
Well, so the thing with that is when you have two different things, like you said, like when it comes to the style, that's when your game plan, you just try to stick to your same game plan no matter what. Try to feel it out for your first few drives.
Yeah.
And then after that, that's when you have to make adjustments just to see whether or not that this is working, this is not working.
Yeah.
You always have to be prepared for your next team, your next opponent, making sure that what are they bringing to the table so you can kind of prepare your team for that.
Yeah, I agree. And then, like they say, Mike Tyson always said, everybody's got a plan until they get punched in the mouth.
Absolutely.
So that might mean that your opponent is taking away your inside run game, and if they do, you need to be able to have a counter punch. We want to thank everyone for tuning in to our Pop Excavating pregame show here. We're going to step aside here and hear from all the sponsors that have made this game possible for you to be watching from the comforts of wherever, as we're down here getting ready for the Traverse City St. Francis Gladiators to take on the Berrien Springs Shamrocks. Coming up next on Next Level Broadcasting.
Today's game is brought to you by Redmond Automotive, Pop Excavating, Cherry Capital Airport, Twin Bay Docks, American Liners, BC Pizza, Alpers Excavating, Grand Traverse Hauling, Collar Clinic, 3 West, Team Elmers, That's a Pizza, Travis Catholic Federal Credit Union, Red Mesa Grill, PGLs, and Magnum Hospitality.
Now's the time to fly from your Northern Michigan hometown Cherry Capital Airport, TVC. TVC Airport will get you to your dream destination anywhere in the world. Visit tvcairport.com now.
Traverse Catholic Federal Credit Union in Traverse City. We make banking secure and convenient with biometric logins and remote deposit capture. Whether you need loans, mortgages, or credit cards, we've got you covered. Manage your finances effortlessly with our online banking services. Grow your savings with our competitive rates and savings products. Experience the difference with Traverse Catholic Federal Credit Union. Visit tcfedcu.org for more.
Okay, here we are, ready to get things underway here from Berrien Springs High School. Shamrocks kicking off to the Gladiators. Back deep for the Gladiators is your trio once again of Cam Sellers, Harrison Shepard, and I believe joining them in the back is Gabe Fafark. And it's going to be fielded at the 23-yard line. Actually, a different return man this time. That's Tommy Donahue bringing it out for the Gladiators, and they'll set up shop at the 32-yard line here on this opening possession. All right, bring in my counterpart here, David. St. Francis likes to establish the ground game here. Let's anticipate seeing some early first down handoffs and see how they can manipulate this Shamrock defense.
Okay.
First play from scrimmage for the Gladiators. Endress under center. Full house backfield behind him. He's going to boot, roll out, pass. Got a completion in the flat to Harrison Shepard. Tackle made out there by Steven Vasquez, but not after a 9-yard gain on 1st and 10. So they proved us wrong there, David. They come out with a play pass and complete it for 9 yards.
Absolutely. The little play action, little trickery there that they just kind of put in there. So they already fooled you already at the beginning of just by saying, hey, we're a run team, but we're going to do a little fake on you.
Yeah. Here's the 2nd and 10. Endress dropping back to pass on the play pass again. He's got a completion in the flats to Lisinski. Lisinski gets back to the 39-yard line. Tackle made by McFarland. So St. Francis, first 2 plays, 2 pass attempts, 2 completions for Endress. Totally switching up the game plan than from what we anticipated. Here's a 3rd and 3. Hand off to Lisinski, working around the left side, trying to bounce it out wide. Nice play made by Vasquez to bring down Lisinski. Lisinski bounced that one out. And, David, we saw it here. Vasquez had great closing speed to bring down Lisinski.
Absolutely. They had a little open field on the little outside there, but he just kind of closed that gap immediately.
Great closing speed from Steven Vasquez. He's got 2 tackles out of the 3 tackles made so far for the Shamrocks, as the Gladiators are lining up to go for it here. 4th and 3 from their own 40. This may be a hard count here, David. They got the flinch, but they're going to snap it instead. Rolling out in the flats, pushed in the back. Pass intended for Matthew Kane, and that's going to be an early turnover on downs.
Yeah, not sure if they were looking for them to just jump off sides, hoping they can get a free first down there.
They did get a little flinch from the top. I think it was one of the inside defensive linemen of the Shamrocks, but not enough to draw the flag for a neutral zone infraction or encroachment. They ended up snapping it, and that was the first incomplete pass for Endress on that drive.
Nothing better than a great starting field position.
Yeah, and that's exactly what the Shamrocks have here on their opening possession of the game. Shotgun snap, inside handoff up the middle. That's Kalen Tate. Excuse me, Calvin White. Luke Gorman on the tackle for the Gladiators. Pickup of, give him 2.5 yards on the first down carry for White. It's a big offensive line for the Shamrocks, isn't it, David?
Oh, yeah.
There's a handoff up the middle to White once again. Backfield here for the Shamrocks is a combination of Micah McFarland and Calvin White on this opening possession of the game. David, I didn't see which Gladiator was the first one in there who brought down.
Looks like we had like 3 white jerseys going in
Yeah.
out there. Hard to tell who got them, but they definitely closed that hole.
Combination of Warren Asher and Harrison Shepard. It looked to my eye, at least. This is the opening possession of the Shamrocks here in the first quarter. They got the ball at their 40-yard line after the Gladiator turnover on downs. They've picked up 5 yards in this sequence, and they're staring at a 3rd and 5. McFarland in the pistol formation. Gladiators with 4 down defensive linemen. He's going to hand off to White. White has a crease. White has a first down, and White is out to the Gladiator 25-yard line after picking up 10 yards on the 3rd and 5 carry.
What a great run over there we have him. Just kind of get that quick, let that ball snap, and then you just kind of give him the ball, let him do his thing, but not without great blocking.
Yeah, he wasn't touched until he was about 6 yards down the field. And running backs love yards before contact.
Oh, yeah.
Ask any running back. McFarland in the shotgun now. Gladiators rushing 4. Out route and incomplete. Far sideline, the target was Walter Williams.
Looked like he slipped there just before trying to be able to get that catch.
Second and 10 for the Shamrocks at the Gladiator 24-yard line.
It's going to bring up a 2nd and 10 for McFarland and company for the Shamrocks. Gladiators with 6 men right on the line of scrimmage. Handoff inside. Actually, McFarland keeps it. Nice play made in the backfield. Warren Asher along with Luke Gorman bringing down McFarland for a tackle for loss, 3-yard loss on the play. Excellent penetration there in the backfield there,
Absolutely.
David.
They brought the rush in, and they capitalized on that.
And for only having 6 defensive players right in the tackle box, they read their cues well, the Gladiators did there. Luke Gorman and Warren Asher making the play on McFarland in the backfield. Just about 5 minutes in. Here's a big 3rd down for the Shamrocks here. McFarland dropping back to pass, looking to go on the far sideline. Almost intercepted by Lisinski. He had tripped and still almost made the catch.
Almost. Looked like what happened was he was falling backwards as he's releasing the ball, so he didn't quite get all of it. Otherwise, I think he could have had his man ready for
Field goal attempt now for the Shamrocks. Cade Wright, no good, off the left upright. Caden, oh man, I apologize. That was Caden Ward. Hit off the left upright and no good. He had a lot of leg on that one, David.
Absolutely. Just enough, but just a little bit off.
So the Gladiators will take back possession of the football on their own 20-yard line. 7 minutes, 5 seconds left to go here in this opening quarter between the Gladiators and the Shamrocks. Both teams with a possession apiece. Gladiators with 2 passes, 1 run on their opening set of downs. They're going to turn and hand to Harrison Shepard. Shepard's got some room. Shepard keeping the legs moving, and he's got a gain of 22 yards out to the Shamrock 42. And that's a nice pickup on 1st and 10 for the Gladiators.
A quick fake out to the fullback and then gives it to his running back. He turned that thing quickly. Nobody touched him, and then even after he was touched, he was able to put in another 5-6 yards.
Really good footwork by quarterback Tyler Endress there to hide the ball. Here's 1st and 10 from the 42. There's a handoff to Lisinski. Lisinski trying to bounce it out wide, and a tackle for loss made in the backfield. Nice play there by 54. Yeah, Brody Brewer. The numbers for the Shamrocks, very hard to read here, so give my broadcast partner David and I a little bit of room for error on the Shamrock side. There's a jet sweep motion to Cam Sellers. He's taking it. A nice play after a gain of about 4 yards. Tackle made by Walter Williams. Walter Williams really came up there to make that nice play, didn't he?
Absolutely. It looked like he just speared him right down.
Yeah.
Said, hey, you're not coming past me.
5 on the play will make it 3rd and 7 for the Gladiators at their own 45-yard line.
3rd and 7 now presents itself for the St. Francis Gladiators. Endress flanked in the backfield by Bellinger. He's going to drop back to pass. Looking to throw up the sideline. Caught by Lisinski, but was he forced out of bounds?
Pass is complete.
And it's complete. That's complete to Lisinski. Actually, they're calling it an incomplete pass.
That's what it looked like.
And they were trying to fit that right in between the cover 2 defense. And it looked like Lisinski just couldn't get one of those toes down.
To receive the kick is number 10, Braylon Hurst.
Ben DeCarolis, actually Warren Asher sending it away. Fielded at the 20-yard line by Braylon Hurst. And Hurst has about a 2-yard return. Tackled down there by Cam Sellers. Well, David, each team has had an opportunity to possess the ball once. St. Francis has had it twice. We've seen a couple effective plays here, but so far the defense is really kind of holding it down so far.
Absolutely. When you got Berrien Springs here finally having a home game.
Right.
So they're in front of their home crowd. They want to make sure that they can absolutely perform here after a little rough start.
And this home crowd is pumped up to see their Shamrocks here in front of their hometown fans. It'll be McFarland and company. He's got a tight end and an H-back inline formation. There's a handoff to White. White makes it out to the original line of scrimmage where he's met by Harrison Shepard and Isaac Kerr.
No gain on the play will make it 2nd and 10 for the Shamrocks at their own 23-yard line.
There's a rollout for McFarland. McFarland's got a completion on the 20. Stepping down the sideline out at the 37-yard line.
McFarland's pass is complete. Benji Gonzalez.
That's Benji Gonzalez who's got the completion.
It's a great open field break and tackle there. Giving himself a few more extra yards.
Gain of 16 on the play will make it 1st and 10 for the Shamrocks at their own 36-yard line. Actually, 38-yard line.
McFarland's going to keep this one. Got a nice gain, got a nice block. McFarland steps out of bounds at the Gladiator 42-yard line, and he's got a pickup of 24 yards on the carry.
Seemed like that was already pre-planned that he was going to take off with it. There's a huge open in the field, and he just took that one untouched.
There's the second possession now for the Shamrocks into Gladiator territory. There's a handoff up the middle to White. White picks his way down to the Gladiator 35-yard line where he's met by a host of Gladiators. I believe Cam Sellers, Harrison Shepard, Luke Gorman, big 64, and White was the first Gladiator to meet White.
Shamrocks at the Gladiator 35-yard line.
I mean, even with all those white jerseys, you still able to manage a few extra yards there. So getting about 4 yards is still pretty solid.
This first quarter is flying by. Already 3 minutes and just about 30 seconds left to go. Handoff up the middle to White. White slips a tackle in the backfield, and he gets out to the 32-yard line. Timeout is taken. And head coach Ben Lilith for the Shamrocks is not happy with his team right now, as they're going to be pushed back 5 yards after that false start.
Against the Shamrocks. 5-yard penalty. We make it second down and 11 for the Shamrocks at the Gladiator 4-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 11 now for the Shamrocks off for their own 41. Throwing up the seam, got a completion. Running down the sideline for the Shamrocks, and he's going to take it all the way is Walter Williams. Walter Williams scores from 41 yards to put the Shamrocks on the board here first as they find pay dirt. Wow, that was quite the play.
Oh, absolutely. He just had to put his hands up where the defenders wouldn't be able to get it, and then the moment he caught that, he was gone.
Williams just running a nice little post route, and McFarland put it in a spot right in his hands as Williams caught it in stride. Didn't have to break stride and scored for the Shamrocks here. Putting it down is McFarland. Putting it up and in is Caden Ward. We're going to go ahead and take a quick timeout. Gladiators down 6-0. You're watching high school football on Next Level Broad.
All right, guys, here's what we get.
BC Pizza, BC Pizza, hometown handmade gourmet.
Coach, what do we do? We get BC Pizza.
BC Pizza, BC Pizza.
Twin Bay Dock's exclusive diamond pattern is stylish to complement your waterfront property. It's quality built to last a lifetime. Engineered to be stronger, our non-skid surface stays cool to the touch, and we offer a full line of dock accessories, including kayak and supboard racks. To see all we have to offer, visit our website to find a dealer near you. Twin Bay Docks, simply exceptional quality.
All right, so 7-0 now the lead for the Berrien Springs Shamrocks on that 41 touchdown pass from McFarland to Williams. Sending it away is Caden Ward. Bringing it back for the Gladiators is Tommy Donahue. Donahue out to about the 16-yard line, which is where the Gladiators will set up shop here for their third possession of the game. Once again, Charles Strail, David Gray here from Berrien Springs High School. Excited tonight's game. Beautiful evening for a football game.
Absolutely.
Gladiators now have it 1st and 10 at their own 17.
I thought it was going to be a little too hot, but
Oh, man. The breeze right now feels great, as this is the third possession for the Gladiators, taking over at their 16. There's a handoff up the middle. Harrison Shepard shakes a couple tackles, and he's got a gain of 13 yards. Eventually brought down by Steven Vasquez, but not before Shepard picks up enough yardage for a first down.
just a little juke there early in that handoff, and then he was off to get a good solid few yards.
You got to credit those Gladiators up front for opening a couple holes in this defensive line so far. Harrison Shepard has 2 carries. Both have gone for first downs. Here's 1st and 10 from the 30. Handoff to Shepard once again, and he's tripped up after a gain of a couple yards. First man in there for the Shamrocks was Alex Odell.
Gain of 3 on the play will make it 2nd and 7 for the Gladiators at their own 34-yard line.
Under 2 minutes now remaining in the opening quarter. Traverse City St. Francis with the ball on their own 34-yard line. Shamrocks with 7 men on the line of scrimmage. There's a handoff to Lisinski. Lisinski is met at the original line of scrimmage. Nice play made in there by Andrew Gonzalez.
Lisinski, the ball carrier.
You see a lot of St. Francis is starting to go back to their run scheme. But then Berrien Springs is right there. They're just able to take them down.
Shotgun formation now trips to the bottom of the screen. Harrison Shepard in motion. Endress rolling back to pass. He's got to buy some time. He dips it off in the flat to Bellinger. Bellinger breaks through 2 tackles. Bellinger working hard. He's out to the 41-yard line, and he's spotted right near the line to gain. And that's going to be a first down. What an effort there by Evan Bellinger to pick up that first down on pure effort.
Oh, my goodness. I thought he was going down for sure, but he was able to manage to take, like, what it looked like 2 or 3 guys with him, just enough to get to the first down.
So there you see a beautiful look at the sun setting here on that Gladiator huddle. 40 seconds left in this opening quarter. Endress in the gun 2-back formation, handing off up the middle to Lisinski. Lisinski brought down after a 2-yard gain. And that might be the last play of this first quarter. Tackle made up the middle by Brody Brewer and Alex Odell.
Gain of 2 on the play will make it 2nd and 8 for the Gladiators at their own 43-yard line.
And looks like that will be the final play of this first quarter. So after 1 quarter of play, 12 minutes in the books, the Shamrocks have a 7-0 lead over the Gladiators, but still a lot of game left to be played. Don't go anywhere, folks. You're just now settling into a really good football game between the Shamrocks and the Gladiators. You're watching high school football on Next Level Broadcasting. We'll be back after this.
Outdoors? Do you like action, being part of a team, and big machines? At Team Elmer's, we're not just building roads and infrastructure, we're building dreams and communities. And as a 100% employee-owned company, we value every employee owner with a commitment to excellence and a culture where everything we do it with heart. Every day brings new opportunities for adventure. Apply now at teamelmers.com/careers and to be part of something extraordinary.
Now's the time to fly from your Northern Michigan hometown Cherry Capital Airport. TVC. TVC Airport will get you to your dream destination anywhere in the world. Visit tvcairport.com now.
All right, here we are. Welcome back in. Second quarter action now between the Traverse City St. Francis Gladiators and the Berrien Springs Shamrocks. Charles Strail along with David Gray here and the rest of our broadcast team tonight. Thank you for making us a part of your Friday evening. Endress going to throw this one back in the flats to Cam Sellers. Sellers makes 1 man miss and is eventually dragged down by Steven Vasquez after a pickup of about 6 yards.
11, Cam Sellers. Tackle made by number 7, Steven Vasquez.
David, Vasquez already has about 5 tackles in this game, and we're just in the second quarter.
Yeah, he is all over the place right now. He's definitely knowing how to pursue. like where the ball carrier has it.
3rd and 4 now for the Gladiators. There's a handoff to Cam Sellers working around the right side of that offensive line. Trying to follow a block from big number 74, Garrett. I believe that was Garrett Gillespie wearing 74.
Tackle made by number 54, Brody Brewer.
And also trying to work on the right side behind Zach Winowicki.
At the 49-yard line.
We'll have to get a clarification here on big number 74 for the Gladiators tonight. 4th and 2 now. Endress goes under center. 3 backs behind him. Going to turn and hand to Bellinger. Bellinger is met right away. He's got a second effort, and I think he might have got it on the second effort there, David.
It looked a little bit short to me because he bounced off a defender, but then they were still able to find him. But looks like they were able to give him enough.
Tough running by Evan Bellinger. He's got the last 2 first downs for the Gladiators on pure effort. Third possession of the game for the Gladiators. This possession began at their own 16-yard line. They've picked up 3 first downs while possessing the ball here. Endress is going to fake, look back to pass, throw over the middle to Cam Sellers, but it's picked off by Steven Vasquez. Vasquez returning this one across midfield. He's down at the 40, taken down by Tyler Endress. And Vasquez was just sitting back there waiting and made a great play on the ball there, David.
Absolutely. He just kind of was staying hidden.
Yeah.
Almost like, I don't even think the quarterback saw him. I didn't even see him. And then all of a sudden he just kind of came in. He took that ball. And then just gives the Shamrocks a great starting field position again.
And for everybody watching at home, the Gladiators did have Cam Sellers running up the seam. And Vasquez was just being a ball hawk and a good player, made a play on the ball and made the right interception. So in addition to his 5 or 6 tackles, he also has an INT on his stat total. So the Gladiators will have to make something happen here defensively as the Shamrocks take over on the Gladiator 40. McFarland's going to keep this one. He's brought down by Sam Wildfong.
Tackle made by number 5, Harrison Shepard. Also on the tackle for the Gladiators, number 20, Sam Wildfong. Gain of 3 on the play will make it 2nd and 7 for the Shamrocks at the Gladiator 42-yard line. At the 37-yard line.
Here we go, 2nd and 7 now. Ball on the 37-yard line. McFarland dropping back to pass. Blocked at the line of scrimmage. Nice play made as that one was deflected by Luke Gorman.
Yeah, he got in there. He disrupted that pass, deflecting that ball. Almost got his teammate a chance to take the pick away.
Yeah, there were a couple Gladiators hovering after that ball was deflected. Jack Gruber and I believe Jack Gruber was the nearest Gladiator to that deflected pass. McFarland in the shotgun. Twins to the bottom and top, looking to pass. He's going to let it go over the middle. Got a completion. Caught by Vasquez. And Vasquez is going to be about a yard short of first down yardage, tackled by Jack Gruber. So 4th down here for the Shamrocks. Call it a really short one here, David.
Oh, yeah, 4th and down. Hey, you know what? With St. Francis kind of going for it on 4th down, Berrien Springs is like, you know what? You do that, we're going to do that.
Maybe a hard count here deployed by the Shamrocks as McFarland comes under center. He's going to take the quarterback sneak, and he's got enough to pick up the first down with his own legs.
Gain 1 on the play will make it 1st and 10. Gain 2 on the play. Make it 1st and 10 for the Shamrocks at the Gladiator 29-yard line. That first down is Northlick Weddings and Events. First down.
So McFarland moving the sticks with his legs on that quarterback sneak. Gladiators with 3 down linemen, 2 stand-up edge, and there's a run up the middle
Gonzalez, the ball carrier.
by Gonzalez. Andrew Gonzalez picks up about 5 yards, brought down by Harrison Shepard after the handful of yards picked up.
Jack Gruber. 8-6 on the play. We'll make it 2nd and 4 for the Shamrocks at the Gladiator 23-yard line.
You're starting to see this Berrien Springs offense get into a rhythm here, David.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you want to just kind of chip away at the yard, at the short field especially. Now you got yourself in field goal range. You are looking at 2nd and medium.
McFarland going to hand to Gonzalez again. Gonzalez plows his way forward, picking up another first down. So the Shamrocks here keeping it on the ground, trying to stay behind their big offensive line. And we want to talk about a big offensive line. That is exactly what they have. Working around the left side on that little run play, following big number 72, Carson Tripp, and 77. Actually, that was Tripp and Alex Odell who led the way there. Left tackle and left guard of that Shamrock offensive line to pick up that first down. Here's White in the backfield. He's going to get the handoff. And White's brought down after a modest gain by Jack Gruber.
And this is what they're doing. They're taking away this St. Francis offense. They're just being able to take away the clock. They're taking time and they're moving the ball. Trying to wear out this defense.
2nd down now. They can get a first down just inside the Gladiator 10-yard line. Almost halfway through this 2nd quarter. McFarland's going to hand off on the delay to White. It's a flea flicker. McFarland now has to scramble, throwing it up for grabs. It's caught in the end zone. Oh my goodness, what a grab by Walter Williams. Wow, that play looked like it was nothing going on. And somehow McFarland threw up a wounded duck of a pass, and Walter Williams was able to come down with it.
Oh, absolutely. It was a lot like the first touchdown we saw earlier. That ball was only in the position where your receiver can get it. And he had to reach, and he had to stretch, and he was able to grab it, bring it down, got them another 6.
So Walter Williams now with 2 receiving touchdowns from the hand of his quarterback, Micah McFarland. On for the point attempt is Caden Ward. McFarland the hold. Snap is up, snap is good. Long snapper on that was Brody Brewer. So with the Berrien Springs offense putting 7 more points on the board, they find themselves in a 2-touchdown lead. And let's just kind of summarize what we saw there on that most recent possession. They had the interception. They returned it back to the Gladiator 40. And we had a couple of passes that they completed, but for the most part, they really leaned on that offensive line to put that drive in for a touchdown.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, this team, this is where it really starts. When you start with a great field position, that's when you have so much to work with. You train for this, you work for this, and then you're getting yourself, you know how to focus, just run the ball, do what's working, and then keep at it.
And that's exactly what they were able to do on that possession. Well, while we have an opportunity to do so, we want to give a shout out down on the sideline. That's our American Liner Systems sideline camera, courtesy of our friends at American Liner Systems. So it's an opportunity here for the Gladiators to fight back. Last week they had a 14-point deficit at halftime and came back and won 31-14. So this same situation will be presenting itself here against the Berrien Springs Shamrocks, as this one's fielded at the 9-yard line by Donahue. And Donahue was wrapped up in the backfield. Nice play made by Kalen Tate. Actually, was that Williams or Tate? I had it as Tate, but
looked like Tate to me as well.
Either way, a nice play made.
Kind of pushing them back in far deep into their own territory, so they're going to definitely have to work for this.
Starting field position so far for the Gladiators in this game has been kind of rough. This time they'll set up shot at their own 13-yard line. There's a handoff up the middle. That was Evan Bellinger.
Bellinger, the ball carrier. Andrew Gonzalez on the tackle for the Shamrocks.
Tackle made by Gonzalez.
83 on the play will make it 2nd and 7.
So it hasn't been the negative plays for the Gladiators. They just haven't been able to sustain drives. They've had an interception. They also went for it on 4th down, weren't able to complete it and keep the chains moving. So right now they just need to be able to continue stringing positive plays together. Wasinski is the motion man. He'll get the jet sweep handoff. He's working around the right side of the Gladiator offensive line and will pick up 2 yards. First Shamrock in there was Brody Brewer to bring down Lasinski, and this will be about a 3rd and long 4 for the Gladiators here. This is a big 3rd down here because if you don't get it, David, you're more than likely going to have to punt from deep within your own territory.
Absolutely. And then if you do that, you more than likely might be giving the Berrien Springs another great field position.
Let's see what the Gladiators opt to do here on 3rd and 4. Endress sending Twins to the top and bottom of the screen. Sellers in motion. They're going to hand, and the ball's on the ground. Ball looks like it's been recovered by a Shamrock. And if it is, and it is recovered, I think it was Andrew Gonzalez or Alex Odell who came out of there with it for the Shamrocks. So a costly turnover for the Gladiators.
If things just cannot just continue to keep getting worse for St. Francis.
So the Gladiators with 2 turnovers now, 1 through the air, 1 on the ground, that the Shamrocks are looking to capitalize off of here as they have a golden opportunity from the Gladiator 16-yard line. This is a keeper by McFarland. McFarland working for the pylon, and he's in. Touchdown Shamrocks. McFarland scores from 17 out. And that'll put the Shamrocks up 20-0. With 4 minutes and 10 seconds remaining here in the first half. David, what a critical swing of events here from the fumble to this touchdown. The Shamrocks have put 13 points up on the board in about a 1-minute time frame.
Yeah, I mean, this is kind of what happens when you don't have momentum on your side, and then one team does, and they're taking advantage of it, and that's how you should.
Kick is up. And kick is good for Caden Ward. So now it's 21-0. Gladiators need to fight back here if they want to get something going here and some momentum before halftime. The Shamrocks will receive the 3rd quarter kick. So this is a golden opportunity right now for the Gladiators to really show what they're made of. We'll have that coming up next after a word from some of our sponsors.
At American Liner Systems, they have 3 main goals in mind. They want to do the best possible job for their customers, ensure farm and industrial safety, and protect the environment all at the same time. No matter how big or small your job site or farm is, they have many eco-safe solutions like machinery catch basins, fuel and chemical storage, manure lagoons, fertilizer containment solutions, equipment maintenance pads, and so much more. To keep our freshwater clean and our forests green, visit AmericanLinerSystems.com or call 231-258-4200 for a free quote so you can protect tomorrow's environment today.
Is that what you said?
All right, here we are. Gladiators looking to get something going here. The Berrien Springs Shamrocks have been dominating this game so far, as Caden Ward is getting ready to send this one away. Back deep for the Gladiators will be Donahue Sellers. Ward puts it down. It's a squib kick. It's going to be fielded at the 20. Bringing it back out to the 34-yard line is Cam Sellers.
Cam Sellers on return.
And the Gladiators will be trying to make something happen here from a better starting field position than what they just had.
For the Shamrocks. Gladiators now have the ball. 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
There's a handoff. Working around the left side is Lisinski. Lisinski brought down by Alex Odell.
Tackle made by number 55, Alex Odell. Gain of 4 on the play will make it 2nd and 6 for the Gladiators at their own 39-yard line.
4-yard gain on the play for Lisinski. Gladiators now showing a little tempo as they come to the line of scrimmage here, David.
Oh, yeah, trying to keep moving. This is where you kind of want to use your 4-minute offense.
There's a rugby scrum up the middle. Lisinski, the ball carrier, once again picks up a solid 3 yards on that 2nd down carry. 1st and 2nd down haven't been the issue for the Gladiators here tonight, David. It's been those critical turnovers on 3rd and the turnover on downs on 4th down.
Yeah, that's definitely big. 3rd downs, you want to try to convert, try to keep the pace, try to keep moving. And then the turnovers itself is not helping them.
Endress under center. Full house backfield behind him. There's a handoff to Harrison Shepard. Shepard is going to keep the legs driving for a 1st down out across the 45-yard line. That'll move the chains for Harrison Shepard. Brody Brewer on the stop for the Shamrocks. This is a critical possession here before the end of the 1st half for the Traverse City St. Francis Gladiators, as they can ill afford to give this ball back to the Shamrocks, because the Shamrocks will be receiving the 3rd quarter kick. But right now, after picking up that 1st down, let's see if the Gladiators open up the playbook a little bit. Endress in the shotgun. 4 down defensive lineman for the Shamrocks. Seam ball caught by Lisinski. Lisinski's down at the 40-yard line. Nice pitch and catch of 15 yards from Endress to Lisinski.
Yeah, the defense was running a little zone coverage there, so all you had to do with good blocking, you just wait for your man to get into an open spot there.
And that was a good job of recognizing the zone coverage by Lisinski and Endress. They were on the same page. Offensive line held up. Shamrocks only rushing 4, so Endress had all time to set his feet back there. There's a handoff to Cam Sellers. Cam Sellers working behind his blockers. He's down the sideline, tiptoeing out and eventually dragged down at the 24-yard line. So Cam Sellers picks up another 15 yards, and now the offense for the Gladiators is really starting to click here, David.
Oh, yeah, they're moving right now. See, this is that up-tempo that you want. You want to make sure that if you're going to score, you leave no time for your opponent.
Here they come back to the line of scrimmage. 2 tight ends for the Gladiators, 3 backs in the backfield behind Endress. Endress is going to hand. Up the middle it goes to Cam Sellers, working down to the 20-yard line. He picks up 6 yards on the carry. About 4, actually. Approaching the 1-minute mark here in this opening half. Gladiators started this drive right around their own 30-yard line. Endress turns and hands to Harrison Shepard. Shepard with a block. Shepard putting his shoulder down. He's down at the 1-yard line. First and goal for the Gladiators. Harrison Shepard with a nice run there. Give him 20 yards on the carry.
He faked me out there. I was looking at the wrong receiver or the runner.
And it looks like we've got a timeout taken here. And as the Shamrocks take the timeout, we're going to keep it right here and tell you about our friends at Grand Traverse Hauling. Listen, Grand Traverse Hauling is your go-to source for any medium to large-scale junk removal needs in the northern Michigan's northwest corridor, specializing in hauling away your unwanted materials and other items from junk removal, foreclosures, remodels, furniture, and appliances, and everything in between. Don't believe us? See for yourself online at grandtraversehauling.com. And while you're at it, mention you saw their commercial on Next Level Broadcasting and get $25 off a large dumpster rental. That's our friends at Grand Traverse Hauling. Well, we have a first and goal opportunity for the Traverse City St. Francis Gladiators here. This drive started right around their own 30. They've been picking up chunk yardage on this possession, and now an opportunity for them to punch it in and find some pay dirt. Charles Trail, along with David Gray and the rest of our Next Level Broadcasting production crew from Berrien Springs High School. David, you got to like the chances here. First and goal from the 1 yard line for the Gladiators.
Oh, I do. I mean, timeout. Time is not an issue. They have their timeouts, and this is exactly what you need if you're the Gladiators right here.
There's a handoff up the middle, and Harrison Shepard puts the Gladiators on the board. Plunges in from 1 yard out, and that's what the Gladiators needed to end the first half. Harrison Shepard scores from 1 yard away, and the Gladiators now setting up for the point after.
Putting some points on the board is always a good thing. You got so much that you're hoping for, like going into the half with some momentum. You get that score. You're closing. You're keeping that score not so like far-fetched.
Here's the snap, hold down, kick is up by Wildfong, but there was an encroachment by the Shamrocks, or a false start, actually, against the Gladiators, and that's going to move this one back 5 more yards for Sam Wildfong.
Back the ball 5 yards for the next point attempt.
Detloff to snap, Shepard to hold, Sam Wildfong to attempt the point after. Snap good, hold good, kick is up, and the kick is good.
The kick is good.
So
Ladies and gentlemen, your score is
Sam
now
Wildfong puts it through, and the Gladiators are on the board, and it's once again a 21-14 game. Big answer there for the Gladiators when they needed it most, David.
Absolutely. You were down 3 scores. Now you only made it 2. It's almost halftime. I mean, this is the adjustments that they have made before going into halftime. And if you're Berrien Springs, I mean, you should be proud of where you're at right now. Because key takeaways in this first half right now are the turnovers.
Yeah, you couldn't have sent it better right there. The 2 turnovers equates to essentially 2 scores.
Yes.
And as they're down by 2 scores, those 2 turnovers, I mean, really looming large. But that was a good thing to see there with the Gladiators taking that possession, roughly 70 yards for the touchdown before the end of this first half. The Gladiators will be kicking off to the Shamrocks in the 3rd quarter. So if they're able to get a stop here, or maybe even a turnover, that would be the best case scenario as they head into this halftime intermission. Sam Wildfong to kick it away. It's a squib kick, bounces and fielded at the 18-yard line. That's Walter Williams. Williams ricocheting and pinballing his way out to the 43-yard line after a 24-yard return. Actually give him 26 yards on the return. Want to remind everyone, coming up at halftime, we'll have the Twin Bay Docks halftime show. We'll be joined by another member of our broadcast team, and we're going to introduce him right at halftime, so this will be fun. It'll be Owen Clearwater joining us. First and 10 now for the Shamrocks. They send two receivers to the top and bottom of the screen. McFarland in the shotgun. He's going to drop back to pass, looking to throw. Got a completion into Gladiator territory at their 48-yard line. Little quick pitch and catch to Bronson Wiley.
Gain of 8 on the play will make it 2nd and 2 for the Shamrocks at the Gladiator 49-yard line.
McFarland and the Shamrocks pick up 8 yards on that pitch and catch. 2nd down and short. Gladiators rush for McFarland, airing it out deep down the sideline. Almost caught. Pass was intended for Steven Vasquez, and that had just a little bit too much air underneath it, and Vasquez just couldn't run underneath it.
Calling his name once again. I mean, this is the guy. This is your go-to man right here. If he would have come away with that catch, I would have just been like, this is a machine for a man right here.
Threw down your headset and walked home, huh?
Yeah.
3rd down and 3 now for the Shamrocks. Ball right at midfield. McFarland looking to throw. He's going to keep it, tuck it and run. He's got a 1st down. Brought down at the Gladiator 41-yard line. Timeout taken by the Shamrocks after the gain in the 1st down yardage.
Timeout, Shamrocks.
I like this, that they're being a little bit aggressive. You know, you got that squib kick. You're able to bring the ball into great field position. Again, they're taking advantage of that. And then right now they're hoping that they can maybe come away with 3 in this one.
Yeah, that's definitely the hope. I mean, field goal kicker and extra point attempt man, Caden Ward for the Shamrocks has demonstrated that he's got a really good left leg. He missed 1 extra point earlier. Or, no, he's 3 for 3 on all his extra point attempts. Pardon me, but he's got a really good leg. And I would imagine that the Shamrocks line to gain here would be about the 25-yard line. While we have an opportunity to do so, we want to tell you about our friends at Redmond Automotive. Listen, Gladiator fans and families, we know that sometimes your teen drivers get in the occasional fender bender or put a transmission out of order when you're trying to teach them how to drive your old manual. When those occasions occur, trust the pros at Redmond Automotive to get your ride back on the road as quickly as possible. Redmond Automotive, a full-service and family-owned and operated business for over 35 years. That is Redmond Automotive. Gladiators trying to make a stand here against the Berrien Springs Shamrocks. Shamrocks in the shotgun looking to pass. McFarland gets a good block. Rolling, throwing back across his body. Deep down the field, incomplete. Intended for Walter Williams.
McFarland's pass attempted for Walter Williams. Falls incomplete. You want to be 2nd and 10 for the Shamrocks.
I tell you what, David, did you see the block that McFarland got from his left tackle over there? Big number 54, Brody Brewer.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
It was impressive, and he got a nice block from Carson Tripp as well.
These are big boys. You got to feed them. They want to be fed. They want to protect their quarterback.
Gladiators trying to keep the Shamrocks off the scoreboard here as they attempt an end-of-half drive. McFarland airing this one out deep. Down the middle, had a seam route. Intended target was once again Walter Williams, and he threw that one into double coverage. It was Harrison Shepard and Cam Sellers down there for the Gladiators to break up that pass.
3rd and 10 for the Shamrocks. At the Gladiator 41-yard line.
Well, with 6 seconds left, we're looking at probably just a Hail Mary to the end zone here.
Yeah, 6 seconds here. You might just want to try and extend the play. McFarland looks for them for a scramble as there's a high snap. Quick out to the sidelines. Got a completion to Wiley right about the 32-yard line. So this would be about a 52-yard field goal for the Shamrocks if they wanted to attempt this one with the left leg of Caden Ward. I'd imagine that they're just going to keep the offense out there. Well, actually, Ward's looking like he's setting up.
To attempt the field goal. 49-yard field goal, Caden Ward. Ball will be down at the 39-yard line.
Ward is setting up to attempt officially a 49-yard field goal as the Shamrocks take their third and final timeout of the half. Let's tell you about Traverse City Cherry Capital Airport. Listen, Traverse City Cherry Capital Airport is your gateway to northern Michigan, and now is the time to fly TVC. Want to get away this fall or want to fly into northern Michigan for some color? Well, there's no other place to fly than flying into Cherry Capital Airport. Flying TVC will get you to your dream destination anywhere in the world. When booking your next trip, book with Traverse City Cherry Capital. You can do so by visiting them online at visitvcairport.com. That's tvcairport.com. Well, Caden Ward is not out on the field as the Shamrocks. Actually, I take that back. Ward is out there for looking to attempt a 49-yard field goal.
Holding would be Micah McFarland.
McFarland to hold. And the kick is up. The kick is off the upright and no good. Ward had plenty of leg and distance on it, but just clanked the upright and hit it for no good.
We've seen that twice already today.
Yeah. One time it bounced in. The other time, just like that, it bounced out. So the Gladiator defense holds firm as the Shamrocks aren't able to add any more points on the board on their final possession of the first half. And we go into the halftime break 21-7 in favor of the Shamrocks. We'll be back in a little bit after this, and we'll be joined by our friend here, Owen Clearwater, on our Twin Bay Docks halftime show. Don't go anywhere, folks. You're watching Gladiator football here live on Next Level Broadcasting. We'll be back in 3 minutes after these messages.
Twin Bay Docks' exclusive diamond pattern is stylish to complement your waterfront property. It's quality built to last a lifetime. Engineered to be stronger, our non-skid surface stays cool to the touch, and we offer a full line of dock accessories, including kayak and supboard racks. To see all we have to offer, visit our website to find a dealer near you. Twin Bay Docks, simply exceptional quality.
This is Charles, founder of Next Level Broadcasting. Interested in advertising on our channel? Get a hold of us, and next week, this commercial could be yours.
Today's game is brought to you by Redmond Automotive, Pop Excavating, Cherry Capital Airport, Twin Bay Docks, American Liners, BC Pizza, Alpers Excavating, Grand Traverse Hauling, Collar Clinic, 3 West, Team Elmers, That's a Pizza, Travis Catholic Federal Credit Union, Red Mesa Grill, PGLs, and Magnum Hospitality.
All right, guys, here's what we get.
BC Pizza, BC Pizza, hometown handmade gourmet.
Coach, what do we do? We get BC Pizza.
BC Pizza, BC Pizza.
Traverse Catholic Federal Credit Union in Traverse City. We make banking secure and convenient with biometric logins and remote deposit capture. Whether you need loans, mortgages, or credit cards, we've got you covered. Manage your finances effortlessly with our online banking services. Grow your savings with our competitive rates and savings products. Experience the difference with Travers Catholic Federal Credit Union. Visit tcfedcu.org for more.
Outdoors? Do you like action, being part of a team, and big machines? At Team Elmer's, we're not just building roads and infrastructure, we're building dreams and communities. And as a 100% employee-owned company, we value every employee owner with a commitment to excellence and a culture where everything we do it with heart. Every day brings new opportunities for adventure. Apply now at teamelmers.com/careers and to be part of something extraordinary.
At Grand Traverse Hauling and Junk Removal know how to help you in times of need, whether you are in the middle of a remodel or just have too much clutter in your life. They work hard to clean up your living space in no time, and if you want to tackle the project on your own, simply call them to drop off one of their nearly 24 dumpsters from 6 cubic yards in size and larger. These folks love what they do and love to help you too. So give them a call today at 231-649-5696 or visit them online at www.grandtravershauling.com.
Collar Clinic, providing peace of mind and local customer service with the latest GPS collars, ARC collars, e-collars, beeper collars, accessories, and replacement parts, protecting your dog's safety and giving you the confidence that you'll be hunting with your dog, not for them. Collar Clinic, your e-collar specialist in Northern Michigan for over 35 years.
Twin Bay Dock's exclusive diamond pattern is stylish to complement your waterfront property. It's quality built to last a lifetime. Engineered to be stronger, our non-skid surface stays cool to the touch, and we offer a full line of dock accessories, including kayak and supboard racks. To see all we have to offer, visit our website to find a dealer near you. Twin Bay Docks, simply exceptional quality.
All right, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome into the Twin Bay Docks halftime show here. 21-7 the score between the Berrien Springs Shamrocks and the Traverse City St. Francis Gladiators. We're joined by our executive producer, Owen Clearwater, during the halftime intermission. Owen, how are you excited to be here?
I'm excited. I mean, this has been such a great game so far. I mean, two great teams battling it out to hopefully get the win out of it. And It seems like right now the Shamrocks are taking it to them.
Yeah, David, I want to talk to you here a little bit as well about what you saw in the first half. We saw it and we made a little bit of a note about it, and we brought it up on the broadcast, but it's a two-score game. So far, the Shamrocks have 2 fewer turnovers than the Gladiators. Talk about that possession difference as the Shamrocks have been able to turn over the Gladiators 2 times.
Of course, and that's kind of where the game is won and lost in a way. You take advantage of turnovers, then you just capitalize on that.
Yeah.
When your team is losing the ball, they're not playing the game that they want to play, then it's hard to come back from that. But it's still early. It's still early, and we've seen it. The Gladiators were able to manage some momentum going into the half.
Yeah, big-time momentum swing as the Gladiators were able to score on their final possession of the half. And then, Caden Ward put a rocket out there from his left leg. It just clanked off the right upright. It probably was good from 55 if it didn't hit the upright, people. Owen, he's such a weapon for this Shamrock team, isn't he?
Absolutely. I mean, that's the second one he missed, but that wasn't off the post.
Right.
I mean, if it was just a few more inches just in the center, this game could be a 3-score game. Could have been 4 before they even scored their first touchdown.
Yeah, well said. I mean, and like you said, David, the 2 takeaways that the Shamrocks have been able to create is the difference in the game in terms of possession score. 21-14. The Shamrocks did miss that end of half kick, but I think the Gladiators really kind of settled in to their offense and how they wanted to execute at the end of that first half. Want to remind everyone that last week against the Lawton Blue Devils, the Gladiators had a 14-point halftime deficit and came out and scored 31 unanswered points in the second half of that game to win that game 31-14. So this Gladiator team is not totally foreign to having a halftime deficit, and they can execute with the best of them, and I think they just needed to get the lead out a little bit, and they had a rough first quarter.
Absolutely. I mean, right now, what the Gladiators need to do to come back in the second half is just not turn over the ball as much. I mean, right now, they had 2 more turnovers than the Shamrocks, but if they're able to keep the ball in their possession, go down there and have every possession and capitalize on each one, they'll be able to turn this game back around, and then who knows, they can come out with the win.
David, your final thoughts here as we look forward to what you might see in the second half. Earlier, you and I talked about how teams have different stylistic approaches to playing football. The Gladiators maybe got away from what they wanted to do here early on in this game. They came out throwing and slinging it around. They found some rhythm there on the ground with that most recent possession. What do you anticipate to see here from both teams offensively here in the second half?
Well, with the Gladiators, I love where they've come. Like with this last 4-minute drive, that scoring drive, they knew exactly what they were supposed to. Like they knew that these turnovers cannot cost us the game. We know that it's still early. We know that going into the second half, we're just going to have to keep pushing, and we showed that. We saw that in that scoring touchdown, and they just have to keep pushing that.
Yeah.
And then with Berrien Springs, they took advantage of the turnovers, like I said before, and now it's just like, can we keep building off that momentum? Yes, we let a touchdown score, but in a way, we almost knew that we weren't going to be able to shut them out. I mean, this is a really good team that we're going against.
In a way, a 10-point swing at the end of the first half because you had the missed field goal and you had the Gladiators putting their first 7 points on the board. So inevitably about a 10-point swing there within about a minute and a half at the end of the second quarter. So, Owen, your final thoughts here as we get ready for the second half to begin?
Yeah, I'm really excited. I think the Gladiators found their rhythm like you talked about earlier in this pre-halftime interview or halftime show. They got to come out and they got to stick to what they know is what's best. And right now, that's their run game. I mean, their passing game is all right, but that costs them turnovers. Right now, they got to stick to their bread and butter, go through the Shamrock defense, use their muscle and strength to be able to plow through and get to that touchdown and be able to get that.
Well, we certainly will have to just kind of keep our eyes open and see what happens. Don't go anywhere, folks. You've been watching the Twin Bay Docs halftime show here, Next Level Broadcasting's coverage of St. Francis Gladiator football will resume here in about 3.5 minutes when we begin the second half between the Gladiators and the Shamrocks live from Berrien Springs High School. Don't go anywhere, folks. You're watching high school football on Next Level Broadcasting.
Twin Bay Dock's exclusive diamond pattern is stylish to complement your waterfront property. It's quality built to last a lifetime. Engineered to be stronger, our non-skid surface stays cool to the touch, and we offer a full line of dock accessories, including kayak and supboard racks. To see all we have to offer, visit our website to find a dealer near you. Twin Bay Docks, simply exceptional quality.
Collar Clinic, providing peace of mind and local customer service with the latest GPS collars, ARC collars, e-collars, beeper collars, accessories, and replacement parts, protecting your dog's safety and giving you the confidence that you'll be hunting with your dog, not for them. Collar Clinic, your e-collar specialist in Northern Michigan for over 35 years.
At American Liner Systems, they have 3 main goals in mind. They want to do the best possible job for their customers, ensure farm and industrial safety, and protect the environment all at the same time. No matter how big or small your job site or farm is, they have many eco-safe solutions like machinery catch basins, fuel and chemical storage, manure lagoons, fertilizer containment solutions, equipment maintenance pads, and so much more. To keep our fresh water clean and our forests green, visit AmericanLinerSystems.com or call 231-258-4200 for a free quote so you can protect tomorrow's environment today.
Today's game is brought to you by Gradman Automotive, Pop Excavating, Cherry Capital Airport, Twin Bay Docks, American Liners, BC Pizza, Alpers Excavating, Grand Traverse Hauling, Collar Clinic, 3 West, Team Elmer's, That's a Pete, Travis Catholic Federal Credit Union, Red Mesa Grill, PGL's, and Magnum Hospitality.
This is Charles, founder of Next Level Broadcasting. Interested in advertising on our channel? Get a hold of us, and next week, this commercial could be yours.
All right, guys, here's what we get.
BC Pizza, BC Pizza, hometown handmade gourmet.
Coach, what do we do? We get BC Pizza.
BC Pizza, BC Pizza.
Okay, here we are. Welcome back in. You're looking live at Berrien Springs Shamrocks High School. Charles Terrell along with David Gray, Owen Clearwater here. Next Level Broadcasting. Happy to be bringing this one to you live. Traverse City St. Francis Gladiators down by 2 scores here, 21-14 after 2 quarters in the books. But the Gladiators did have some signs of life after their most recent touchdown drive in which they scored on roughly a 70-yard touchdown run. And they were also able to keep the Shamrocks off of the board as Caden Ward wasn't able to connect from 49 yards out on the field goal attempt. David, you and I talked about what we anticipate to see for the Gladiators offensively. They found some rhythm there in that end of half drive. You think they keep that momentum going?
I would think so. I mean, you got to feel good from where you stand. Like, you don't look at the turnovers. You have to look at, like, that's in the past, basically, right? At this point, you have to look at what did we do that worked. And then we saw ourselves drive down this field and then score ourselves a touchdown.
Yeah. So it'll be the Shamrocks receiving that third quarter kick. Let's talk defense. So the Gladiators they gave up about 20 yards or 25 yards that most recent Shamrock possession right before half. Shamrocks were able to get a field goal attempt. Now, for the St. Francis defense, we've seen some plays made in the backfield for negative and good, tackle for loss. But the Shamrocks just seem to have this innate ability when they really need it most to hit a big play. Those big play receivers for the Shamrocks have been Walter Williams and Steven Vasquez. And I would imagine that at halftime, the Gladiators are really going to start queuing on those receivers.
I would think so. I mean, Vasquez, you've heard his name all day today, and there's no doubt that he's going to try to make an impact again in the second half. So going into this, defensively, you're St. Francis, you got to just try to like contain him.
Yeah.
You got to try to contain these guys. You know, you want to make sure that you don't give up big plays. Make them earn their yards. Make them earn their way down the field.
That's a really good point there, David. One thing that the Gladiators will have to be on the lookout for, though, is now that these receivers have gotten going and Williams and Vasquez have been able to run through the secondary, now it makes the defense a little bit more susceptible to that inside run game for Calvin White. And we've seen Micah McFarland, the quarterback, be able to tuck it and run himself, picking up a couple first downs with his legs. So McFarland represents a challenge as a true run-pass option at quarterback. We've seen him dot 2 touchdown passes to Walter Williams, and he also scampered in for, I believe it was a 17-yard touchdown run. For the Gladiators, the scoring has been done by Harrison Shepard. He's got the 1-yard touchdown run for the lone Gladiator touchdown here in this game. So they're looking to get a stop, get the ball back, and then hopefully make something happen here on their first possession of the first or second half for the Gladiator offense. But you can't do any of that without first getting a 3-and-out or getting a turnover, and we'll see if the Gladiators can do that here on their opening defensive possession. It'll be Sam Wildfong getting ready to send this one away for the Gladiators. David, you and I talked about it. It was a rough first quarter for the St. Francis team, and they're looking to make right here in the second half. Maybe they can flip this turnover margin and force a turnover going against the Shamrocks. That would certainly aid in this Gladiator comeback effort. Wildfong sends it away. It's going to bounce and go into the end zone for a touchback. So the Shamrocks will be setting up shop here on their first possession of the game at their 20-yard line. Once again, Micah McFarland will be calling the shots for this Shamrock offense. That big offensive line anchored down at left tackle by Brody Brewer trots out on the field. There's McFarland. Ball looked like it might have popped out there, but a nice tackle for loss by the Gladiators in the backfield as McFarland gets dropped for about a 1-yard loss on 1st and 10 there, David.
Oh, yeah, definitely. We're seeing what this adjustment can do at halftime that they're making, bringing everyone in, expecting the run on that one, and they paid off.
McFarland now 2nd and 12. Looking to pass. He's going to tuck it and run. And McFarland slips through 3 tackles. He's still rolling. Got a first down. Keeps the feet moving, and he's out to the Shamrock 36-yard line. McFarland picks up 18 yards, doing it himself and moving the chains for the Shamrocks.
Oh, it looked like he was about to get stopped for no gain, and then all of a sudden he just broke out from what looked like 3 or 4 white jerseys.
Yeah, and he had, I think what happened is the Gladiator tacklers all kind of collided, and McFarland was just able to slip through all 3 as we'll get our scoreboard, our clock synchronized to the game clock here. McFarland slips it out in the flat to White. Excuse me, that's actually, that is Calvin White there, as it gets a little bit even harder for us to read these numbers on the back of the Shamrock jerseys, but White able to move the chains once again.
Just a simple out route there from the running back, and then followed by a great block by his teammate there, giving him an extra few yards. Now they're really inside Gladiators territory.
1st and 10 from the Gladiator 40, let's call it the 43-yard line. Right parallel with where our broadcast team is set up here at the Muhammad Ali Athletic Complex here in Berrien Springs. There's a handoff up the middle to White, and he's got about a marginal gain there. Looked like the first Gladiator in there on the tackle was big number 52, Joe Detloff, and Warren Asher. Once again, a beautiful night for football here, David.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, picture perfect evening from Berrien Springs. We're pleased to be here, so you don't have to be. Or if you're here tuning in, listening to us live or watching the replay live, even better. 2nd and 9 now for McFarland and company. 2 H-backs. Wide receivers to the top of the screen is going to hand off up the middle. I believe that run was to, I think that was a handoff to Gonzalez. Warren Asher on the stop for the Glads. So big 3rd down here for this St. Francis Gladiator defense.
Yeah, that run, it looked like he just ran right into a pile of white jerseys.
McFarland under center. He's going to keep it. Boot, throw out in the flat. Incomplete pass. The Gladiators get a stand on 3rd down.
McFarland's pass, attempted for number 33.
Looked like he was trying to get it to Gonzalez out there on the perimeter.
Now 4th and 6 for the Shamrocks.
This is going to bring up a 4th and 6 now for the Shamrocks. They're keeping the offense on the field. McFarland dropping back to pass. Out route for Wiley. Did he catch it? Defense says no, but Wiley looks like he's reeled it in. And that's going to move the chains for the Shamrocks.
A big risk there on 4th down and long. I mean, but you're in that position where like, you could try to punt it from a short distance, but it might be a little too long for a field goal.
That was a big-time play by McFarland and Wiley. They've been able to get those short yardage passing downs all night long. McFarland is going to keep it. Has a seam through the defense, bouncing it out at the 20, inside the 15-yard line, and is eventually brought down at about the 10-yard line. He was forced out of bounds by Jack Gruber, but not after moving the chains and setting up 1st and goal for the Shamrocks here.
You see the Gladiators brought in themselves about 5 or 6 people, a little blitz on there, and then you see McFarland taking advantage of that. Just one quick missed block, and then he took that one.
McFarland in the shotgun. He's going to keep it again on the design keeper. Drags a couple of Gladiators.
McFarland, the ball carrier.
The first Gladiator in there was Garrett Gillespie. Gladiators bringing in some new defensive personnel. It'll be 2nd and goal from the Gladiators 6.
Second goal for the Shamrocks at the Gladiator 5-yard line.
McFarland now looking like he's going to go under center in the I formation. Gladiators with 3 down linemen, 2 stand-up ends. Handoff up the middle to White. White bouncing off tackles. He's in for a touchdown. Calvin White broke 2 tackles on his 6-yard run in for a Shamrock touchdown, and the Shamrocks go back up by 3 scores.
He was not going to let anyone stop him from getting in that end zone. He was hungry for it. 2 broken tackles on that play.
To attempt the extra point for the Shamrocks to number 23, Caden Ward. Holding to number 22, Michael McFarland.
And now Caden Ward on to attempt the point after. The Shamrocks take their opening possession of the 3rd quarter and put 7 on the board.
The kick is good.
And so now the Shamrocks have a 3-score lead. And we're going to keep it right here during this break as the teams get ready to kick off, and the Gladiators desperately need to answer back here on this possession. While we have an opportunity to do so, we want to tell you about our friends at Magnum Hospitality and the Red Mesa Grill. Hey, if the Red Mesa and you don't want to spice up your life, if that's not enough, let Red Mesa treat you to a particular dining experience right downtown Traverse City. Red Mesa features the perfect complement of spices to fire up your taste buds. But don't just take our word for it. Try for yourself at Red Mesa Grill in Traverse City, or if you're still looking for a nice bite to eat under the Magnum Hospitality umbrella and you're traveling and you might be on the road, you can slide into Pearl's Louisiana Kitchen in Elk Rapids, or if you're in Boyne City for that Week 9 game against the Boyne City Ramblers, you can have a pregame meal at Cafe Sante, all under the Magnum Hospitality guidance. And that's Red Mesa Grill, also with a location in Boyne City as well. All right, got to have it here, possession for the Traverse City St. Francis Gladiators after the Berrien Springs Shamrocks have added another 7 on the board. Caden Ward puts his foot down into it. It's fielded at the 5-yard line by Cam Sellers. Cam Sellers at the 20, eventually out to the 24-yard line, which is where the Gladiators will set up shop here with their opening possession of the second half. There is a flag down, however, and that flag came very late, David, didn't it?
Yes, it did. We might have a player down in the field, too.
Yeah. Can't make out the number for the Shamrocks, and it was Calvin White who is getting some assistance off the field. Looks like that right leg is giving him some trouble, and I'm going to go out on a limb and say those are cramps. Anytime you see that calf flexed, foot up in the air, cramps. Big possession here for the Gladiators here, however, though, David.
Oh, absolutely. You just come into the second half, Berrien Springs doing what they're doing. They're moving that ball, still churning, still moving.
1st and 10 from the 24. Enders hands off up the middle to Harrison Shepard. Shepard spun down at the 30-yard line. Tackle made by Micah McFarland after the 4-down pickup by Shepard.
It's a good little run here. We're just finally going to see what they have on this halftime adjustment for this offense. Seeing what they can do with it.
The St. Francis Gladiators really need to dig deep here on this possession. Their first possession of the 3rd quarter. Enders under center, 2 inline tight ends. There's a handoff to Lisinski. Lisinski gets about 2 yards on the 2nd down tote. He was brought down by 33, Hunter Gonzalez. It'll be a 3rd and 3 for the Gladiators. They've had these 3rd downs all game long, David. They just sometimes on those 2 separate occasions had those turnovers.
Yeah. So when you're like forcing your opponent on 3rd downs often, it just means you're doing something right defensively.
Yep.
You're making your opponent work.
Timeout taken by the Gladiator sideline. We're going to keep it right here. As the Gladiators try to dig deep, we're going to tell you about somebody else who's digging deep. That's our pregame show sponsor, Pop Excavating. Hey, Traverse City, can you dig it? Well, our friends at Pop Excavating sure can. Specializing in septic systems, drain fields, house foundational footprints, land clearing, wintertime snow plowing, and much, much more. For your next large-scale project, Leave the digging to Pop Excavating. Visit popexcavating.com for more information. Also want to tell you about Twin Bay Docks. They were our halftime show sponsor tonight. Attention all water lovers. Twin Bay Docks is Northern Michigan's gold standard for your lakeside access. Trusted by consumers and distributors alike, featuring a superior, patented vinyl design. Twin Bay Docks makes living life out on the water the way it should be. So if you're thinking about taking that dock out this weekend, because we got some nice weather in the forecast, if you have a Twin Bay dock, taking that dock out is super easy. If you're trying to con your son-in-law to help you take that dock out because it's a 30-year-old dock, just get a Twin Bay dock and spend summer the way it should be. Endress under center. He's going to turn and hand off to Cam Sellers. Actually, Endress on the naked boot, and he's going to pick up the first down. And the Gladiators move the chains on a play that we haven't seen them run all night long.
A little delay handoff on that one before keeping it himself, and then he's just kind of getting that defense to try to bite on that, which they did. Enough to get him the first down.
Yeah, he had a convoy leading the way for him off the left side of the offensive line. After a litany of fakes in the backfield, Endress moves the chains for the Gladiators. He's going to drop back to pass here. Looking open in the flats. He's got a completion to Cam Sellers. Sellers tackled at the 40-yard line where the forward progress will be marked. First man in there. Eventually brought down by 35, Malachi Blaylock. Also, Micah McFarland in on the tackle after a gain of 2 yards on 1st and 10.
Kind of had the good coverage there. They looked at a man downfield, but he was covered by 3 men.
Yep, blanket coverage down there in the secondary for the Shamrocks. 3-man backfield. There's a handoff to Harrison Shepard. Shepard is tripped up. Nice play made.
Shepard, the ball carrier.
And that's big number 54, Brody Brewer, bringing Harrison Shepard down. Right at the Gladiator 45-yard line. Line to gain here is just inside the Gladiator 48. So it's a 3rd and short 3 here for the Gladiators.
You got basically with down 3, scored 3 touchdowns. You're going to want to kind of push this, kind of play like almost like a 4-down territory as you've been used to.
Endress turns and hands to Harrison Shepard. Shepard picking his way. He's out into Shamrock territory, brought down at the Shamrock 38.
Harrison Shepard, the ball carrier. Made by number 7, Steven Vasquez.
Shepard with a gain of 17 yards on that 3rd and 3.
It's a great looking run by Shepard on that play. I mean, he just had 2 little swim moves, 2 little cuts, just to be able to move that ball forward.
We've seen a lot of success when the Gladiators have handed the ball off to number 5 tonight, Harrison Shepard. Picking up yards in chunks.
Absolutely, yes. And that's exactly what you need to do with the Gladiators. Just try to chirp away at it. Oh.
There's a bad snap. Fortunately, a whistle, false start. Actually, the false start right there, it was called against the Gladiator offensive line, is probably what they'd rather have there than that snap going over the head of quarterback Tyler Endress.
Yeah, that ball went back another 10 yards. Who knows what could have happened? He could have been taken down. They've been looking at 2nd and long.
Ask any coach in in Michigan, if they'd rather have a false start called on the offense or a snap over the quarterback's head. I guarantee you 10 times out of 10, they'll take the latter of each of those situations. 1st and 15 now for the Gladiators after the false start penalty. There's another false start. So this is going to back them up way behind the chains now. 1st and 20.
5-yard penalty. Make it 1st and 20 for the Gladiators.
Ball still on the Shamrock 48. Line to gain for a first down is just inside the Shamrock 29.
Now it's starting to look like they're as if that ball was snapped back over his head.
Yeah.
Except they're saving it down on this one.
Right, you do save the down, so it's still 1st down for the Gladiators as they break the huddle. Trips to the bottom of the screen. Harrison Shepard in motion. Endress rolling, throwing back to Shepard. Dangerous pass. play immediately blown up by Calvin White. And Calvin White was out there waiting for that pass on the throwback. White was the man who came out earlier, got some attention working on his right calf. He's obviously back in the game and back making plays.
Oh boy, was he really looking at that play. He read that so nicely. Just attacking, just hitting that pursuit. Getting the man. Now it looks like they're down 2nd and long in this one. Unfortunately, going backwards when you had such great momentum moving the ball forward.
Trips to the top of the screen here on 2nd and long. Endress looking over. That's intercepted. Intercepted at the 40-yard line. Bringing it back on the return. Eventually tripped up by Endress on the sideline.
Endress pass is intercepted.
It looked like it was intercepted. Let's see here. Who came away with it? I believe.
Pass is intercepted by number 24, James Trammell.
Yeah, 24, James Toronto.
Number 12, Tyler Endress.
And that's a good way to sneak in there and get an interception. Don't be listed on the roster.
Yeah.
So another Gladiator turnover results in good field position for the Shamrocks. It was a 30-yard return by Toronto. He caught it on the 40, and now the ball is on the Gladiator 30. McFarland in the Shamrock offense looking to put this one out of reach if they can add another touchdown here. There's a handoff up the middle. Nice tackle made
Gonzalez, the ball carrier.
right away by the Gladiator defense. First man in there for the Gladiators was Michael Frederick.
Number 52, Joe Detloff.
Also Joe Detloff in on the tackle.
Also one on the play will make it 2nd and 11 for the Shamrocks at the Gladiator 31-yard line.
Right now the Shamrocks already in field goal range here, David.
Oh, yeah. I mean, great field position. Like, they've done most of their drives starting out, and it's because of the turnovers that we're seeing in this game. Defensively, they are bringing it. They have brought it.
There's a snap to McFarland. McFarland is chiseling his way. Ball came out. It looked like the Shamrocks got back onto that one. And it was McFarland who recovered his own fumble.
Make it 3rd and 11 for the Shamrocks at the Gladiator 31.
3rd and 11 now. These are the type of situations that we just haven't seen this Gladiator defense be able to make a play.
Yeah, but right here is kind of where you're sitting pretty. If you're Gladiators, you just got a turnover, and then now you're looking at 3rd and 11 defensively. You got good. Just try to play that safe. Play that first down marker. Don't let them get advanced.
McFarland going to turn, pivot, looking to throw. Now has to tuck it and run. He's got to make something happen. McFarland scrambles, intercepted by Harrison Shepard. Did he squeeze it? Far side officials coming in for his, and he says yes, interception. Harrison Shepard get the turnover right back for the Gladiators at a most needed point in the time of the game. And Harrison Shepard makes a play on 3rd and long for the Gladiators.
Almost looked like he was just trying to throw a bomb in there, just hoping that somebody would come up with it, which somebody did come up with it, but just not the right jersey.
Yeah, Harrison Shepard was really the only man in the area there. Not sure entirely what McFarland saw. He's been able to scramble, extend plays so far, much to the liking of this Shamrock crowd. But Harrison Shepard makes a play for the Gladiators and gets a stop at a critical point in time.
It's the first mistake they've made today, turnover-wise, and then we'll see if the Gladiators can capitalize on that.
Here's a handoff. Working around the right side is Ethan Daziak. Actually, that was Cam Sellers. Actually, no, it was Daziak. Daziak, the ball carrier, and that's going to bring us to the end of the 3rd quarter. After 3 quarters in the books, the Shamrocks have extended their lead now 28-7 over the Traverse City St. Francis Gladiators. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll have the 4th quarter coming up next. You're watching Gladiator football on Next Level Broadcasting.
All right, guys, here's what we get.
Pizza, BC Pizza, hometown handmade gourmet.
Coach, what do we do? We get BC Pizza.
BC Pizza, BC Pizza.
The Grand Traverse Hauling and Junk Removal know how to help you in times of need, whether you are in the middle of a remodel or just have too much clutter in your life. They work hard to clean up your living space in no time, and if you want to tackle the project on your own, simply call them to drop off one of their nearly 24 dumpsters from 6 cubic yards in size and larger. These folks love what they do and love to help you too. So give them a call today at 231-649-5696 or visit them online at www.grandtravershauling.com.
Okay, here we are looking live at tonight's game between the Traverse City St. Francis Gladiators and the Berrien Springs Shamrocks. Charles Trail along with David Gray here, Next Level Broadcasting. Team Gladiators taken over on the interception by Harrison Shepard. Here, Andrus is going to turn and hand off up the middle on the second down carry. Looking to try to make out who the ball carrier was for the Gladiators, and it looks like that one was Michael Frederick, who was toting the rock there. Actually, let's make that Lisinski on the carry. Pass out in the flats to Lisinski. Andrus has a completion. Lisinski out to about the 24-yard line. Well, he'll have a Gladiator first down. Moving the chains on this first set of downs for the Gladiators here.
And that's the start you need right there. You just got to be able to move the chains just a little bit at a time. But with only 1 quarter left, down 3 scores, urgency is going to end up having to play a part in this.
Gladiators with 5 offensive linemen, 1 tight end information. Andrus in the shotgun formation. Looks like that was going to be an encroachment against the Shamrocks. And it will be. Guilty party is Alex Odell. And the Gladiators get a free 5 yards. Penalties were the story of the last possession for the Gladiators, David. They had back-to-back false starts that put them severely behind the chains. And it ultimately ended up in an interception.
Yeah, I mean, this team, when they were moving, they were actually able to move the ball down the field just a little bit until the penalties cost them.
Shotgun formation, low snap, handoff to Cam Sellers, working around the right side. Cam Sellers with some speed. Sellers has got the edge and has a first down as he's eventually pushed out of bounds by a couple different Shamrocks. That'll move the chains once again for the Gladiators.
Knocked out of bounds by number 4, Walter Williams. Gain of 9 on the play will make it 1st and 10 for the Gladiators at their own 37-yard line. Marching 38-yard line.
Ball on the 38-yard line here for the Gladiators as they break the huddle. Down 3 scores just about 2 minutes into this 4th quarter. Full house backfield behind Tyler Andrus. He's going to keep, boot, roll, and throw. Got a man in the flats. That's Harrison Shepard into Shamrock territory. Shepard dragging tacklers and eventually pushed out of bounds at the 45-yard line. That's a completion and gain of 16 yards, and the Gladiators move the chains once again. Andrus to Shepard doing it and moving it into Shamrock territory there, David.
There you go. They're moving. They're getting that ball moving, but it's just right now, yes, you want to worry about that first score. Get that first score. Try to narrow down this gap, and then just hope that your defense can put a stop.
So far, moving the ball hasn't been the issue for the Gladiators. It's been their 3 turnovers and their 1 turnover on downs. There's a handoff up the middle. That was Evan Bellinger. Bellinger's picking up 2 yards on the carry. Tackle made there by Micah McFarland.
Bellinger, the ball carrier. I believe by number 72, Carson Tripp. Gain of 2 on the play will make it 2nd and 8 for the Gladiators at the Shamrock 43-yard line.
Under center again is Andrus. He's going to boot. Actually, not a boot, just a play pass. Now he's rolling, trying to scramble by some time. Got a completion out there at the 31-yard line. Pass is caught by Bellinger, moving the chains once again for the Gladiators on this drive.
Number 30, Evan Bellinger.
Thank goodness for that good protection that he had. He had that play, took a little bit to develop, but then once he did, he had his man open.
Shamrock 31-yard line.
Yeah, the play action fake was able to get Bellinger out, find some time, settle into a spot where there weren't any defenders right on him, and Enders bought some time. Kudos to the offensive line for holding up against this four-man rush. Direct snap here to Lisinski, and Lisinski's got about 2 yards on the Wildcat formation play.
Shepherd, the ball carrier.
Got to give a lot of credit to the Shamrocks. I mean, defensively, they are able to stop the run game on a running team.
Yeah, and doing it with 4 down linemen. Gladiators with twins to the top and bottom of the screen. Enders dropping back to pass, has good protection. Now he's stepping up, slinging it down. Caught! Touchdown, Gladiators. Big reception for Sam Wildfong. 31-yard touchdown grab from Tyler Endress to Sam Wildfong. And the Gladiators strike just like that.
That's the player of the game from last week. Wildfong there, he's the playmaker right there.
Yeah.
You gotta come up with the play, and they were able to manage that just really quickly right there.
And Tyler Endress stepped up in the pocket and put a dot right on Sam Wildfong. Now, Wildfong is also the kicker, and he's got to look like shake off a cramp that he might have in his left leg. That was a great throw and catch.
Oh, absolutely. Got to give these young guys a lot of credit. I mean, these guys play offense and defense.
Gladiators shuffling in some personnel on the offensive line. Detloff the snap, hold by Shepard, kick up and good by Sam Wildfong. So the Gladiators get what they need and have brought it back to a 2-possession game. 8 minutes and 10 seconds remaining here from Berrien Springs High School. David, I mean, that's exactly what the doctor ordered for the St. Francis Gladiators.
Oh, absolutely. Like we saw right here, able to move the ball. That's what you need. You get that score, you bring it down to a 2-possession game. Now you have to rely on your defense. And that last possession defensively, they were able to get a takeaway. So hoping to have another takeaway in this one. Otherwise, if not, just got to play that hard-nosed defense. Got to stop your opponent there.
We'll see what the Gladiators opt to do here.
Kicking off for the Gladiators, number 20.
It'll be Wildfong trying to stretch out that leg while he's getting ready to send this one away. Back deep will be Calvin White. White, the dangerous return man. Looks like the Shamrocks are lining up here for maybe they anticipate an onside kick from the Gladiators. Eight minutes left here. I think the Gladiators are still going to kick this one deep, though. And that's what they do. Wildfong sends it away, skips at the 10-yard line, and rolls into the end zone for a second consecutive touchback for Sam Wildfong. So the Berrien Springs Shamrocks will set up shop at their 20-yard line here as they look to really bleed some of this clock as they have a 2-score advantage. Once again, Charles Strail, David Gray, Owen Clearwater here working our 1s and 2s, our master of production. The Next Level Broadcasting crew down here at Berrien Springs is happy to be bringing you this game so you can watch in the comfort of just about anything with any smartphone, device, TV, or tablet. It'll be Micah McFarland and company for the Shamrocks here, looking to take a lot of time off this fourth quarter clock. He'll take the handoff and give it to White. White with a burst of speed and is brought down by Harrison Shepard after a gain of 9 yards on the 1st and 10 carry.
It was a great little run there. I love that little cut he had right in that beginning. Simple enough, but it's easy to make a man miss.
Will make it 2nd and 1 for the Shamrocks at their own 29-yard line.
Little offense versus defense game here. I think both teams know that a run play is most likely going to be called. But for the Shamrocks, do you choose to take your foot off the gas? Because so far it's been your passing game that's put you in this lead.
Well, with time possession being here, like they're running this clock down
There's
to
a
like the
handoff,
very zero.
Handoff to White again. He slips through a couple tackles. Brought down at the 35-yard line by Harrison Shepard and Braxton Lisinski. But White on 2 consecutive carries picks up 5 yards apiece. Actually, that last one he got about 9 yards on, or 6 yards on it. 9 yards on the play prior.
2 big runs there in a row. I mean, you're running down the play clock. You're definitely using this time. So why not stick to it? Just keep moving, keep pounding that ball on the ground until they can stop you.
Gladiators with 8 men right at the line of scrimmage in the tackle box. There's a pass down the sideline intended for Walter Williams, and it overshot the intended target, giving the Gladiators a much-needed stoppage of the game clock as well, David.
Yeah, something they just kind of looks like what they're trying to do is just, hey, we catch them sleeping. Let's see if they bite on the run all the time. But then maybe they can try to get away with a quick little pass out there.
Looked like Williams had gotten past the defender, but McFarland just had a little bit too much juice on that one. But most importantly, it stops the game clock for the Gladiators. And there's a false start called against the Shamrock offensive line. That'll move them back 5 yards. I think the guilty party was Brody Brewer, number 54.
Illegal procedure against the Shamrocks.
So the last 2 things to occur here really aiding in this Gladiator comeback attempt, David, because the incomplete pass, now the Shamrocks behind the sticks on 2nd and 15. Let's see what happens here. McFarland is going to turn and hand off to White. White is brought down in the backfield. Nice play made. First Gladiator in there was Evan Bellinger, number 30. And then Luke Gorman came and finished off White.
64, Luke Gorman.
This is exactly what you need when you're the Gladiators. I mean, you force this 3rd and long situation now, and then you have a good opportunity to get the ball back.
For the Shamrocks at their own 28-yard line.
Micah McFarland and the Shamrock offense looking to take as much clock down here, but right now they're just trying to pick up a first down. Gladiators with 7 men right around the line of scrimmage. McFarland's going to keep it himself. He's working around. McFarland is going to pick up a first down on 3rd and 17. Micah McFarland might have just sealed the deal there for the Shamrocks, and that is a backbreaker for this Gladiator defense.
Oh, what a run by McFarland on that one. I mean, 3rd and long, who would have thought, like, just take the ball and run it himself?
Got some really nice blocks out there on the perimeter, but his vision, he had a couple different kind of moves in that sequence of that run where it looked like if he kept going one way, he would have been tackled, altered course, and just followed his blocks and picked up a 17-yard gain. There's a handoff up the middle. This time it was Andrew Gonzalez, the ball carrier. No gain on the play.
Lead by number 66, Bo Bellinger. No gain on the play will make it 2nd and 10 for the Shamrocks at the 50-yard line.
Tackle made by 64, Luke Gorman. Looks like we've got a timeout taken here by the Shamrocks.
First timeout of the half.
While we have a timeout taken, let's tell you about our friends at Alpers Excavating. Alpers Excavating, first and foremost, they're a very proud sponsor of Traverse City St. Francis football on Next Level Broadcasting, boasting the fact that they're a fourth-generation St. Francis community family that is proud to support Gladiator football all season long. Family owned and operated and proudly featuring services for residential, commercial, and municipal land development. That's Alpers Excavating. Well, right now it's kind of gut check time for this Gladiator defense, having given up that big 17-yard scamper to Micah McFarland on 3rd and 16 didn't help. But now, if they get a couple more stops, it's 2nd and 10. You think that the Shamrocks are just going to keep running the ball, however, though, David?
We have seen them pass the ball before. But I feel like now in this situation, it's more just run, run, run. Just try to milk that clock.
Yeah. The Gladiators might have to start using some of their timeouts as well. That 3rd down, though, was just a killer.
Oh, yeah.
McFarland's going to air it out. Pass incomplete, intended for Walter Williams.
McFarland's pass intended for number 4, Walter Williams. Falls incomplete.
And that plays right into the Gladiators' hand.
Yeah.
At the 50-yard line.
Being a little aggressive there.
Shamrocks very confident in their passing game here. Of their 28 points scored, see, they've got 1 rushing touchdown by McFarland, 2 receiving touchdowns by Williams, and the final touchdown, we'll have to recall that in a second as McFarland drops back to pass. He's going to keep it himself. McFarland eventually brought down right at the Gladiator 45-yard line after a pickup of 5 yards. He was eventually tackled by Tyler Cadlick. 4th and 5 now for the Shamrocks.
I don't recall a punt in this game. I mean, I feel like 4th downs, we've got everyone going for it. And the offense is definitely still on the field.
Fourth and 5 from the Gladiator 45. This might be something, given the prowess of kicking of Caden Ward. Maybe they just go for a hard count here, as it looks like actually McFarland's going to take this one and send it away himself. It's a high, actually not a very high kick, bouncing and takes a Shamrock bounce down inside the 15-yard line, rolling all the way down to the 10. And that's where the Gladiators will have it as they try to trim this lead down. They'll have to go 90 yards to do it, as that punt went from the 45 to the 10, a net of 35 yards on that punt, which bounced at about the 25 and just kept on rolling for the Shamrocks.
They got that generous bounce on their side there. 90 yards, 2 scores.
2 scores they need, the Gladiators do. They need to go 90 yards on this possession to get it back to a 1-possession game. Endress in the shotgun now. He's going to turn, throw it out quickly, and the pass is caught by Cam Sellers. But if you're the Gladiators, you're better off just dropping that pass because his knee was down when he caught the ball, and that's going to keep the clock moving with 3 minutes and 30 seconds left to go in the game.
Number 11, Cam Sellers.
Gladiators back to the line in a hurry. Trips to the bottom of the screen as Endress drops back to pass. He's going to throw over the middle, and it's intercepted, or was it trapped? I think it was trapped. And they're giving him an interception. From our vantage point, it certainly looked like it was trapped.
Catcher's pass is intercepted.
Was that Walter Williams on that interception?
I'm not sure. I think it might have been. Yeah. It was number
24.
24, Trunell. And that's his second interception of the game.
Over. 1st and 10 at the Gladiator 28-yard line.
So the Shamrocks capitalize on the 4th Gladiator miscue of the game.
And talk about defense showing up for this.
Yeah, forcing 4 turnovers in a game that you really need to have it. There's a run up the middle. Breaking tackles, staying on his feet, tripped up at the 15-yard line was Calvin White. And White's kind of hobbling off again as he comes over to the sideline. Want to remind everyone coming up on the American Liner Systems post-game show, we'll have a couple of Gladiators coming up in our press box to join us live. We'll talk to them about this game, talk to them about the upcoming schedule. Gladiators will be on the road once again next week taking on the Grayling Vikings. So a little bit closer to home game next week on the docket for the Traverse City St. Francis Gladiators as the Shamrocks line up in I formation. They'll hand off to Gonzalez, and Gonzalez is moving the pile down toward the 10-yard line. So, David, as we kind of put a bow on this one, really the difference in the game, the 4 turnovers for the Gladiators, the 1 turnover for the Shamrocks.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we saw that, just kind of stayed with it the whole game. It wasn't just something that was adjusted after halftime. I mean, credit to Berrien Springs because they really showed up. Their defense played one heck of a game.
McFarland keeping it, and he's just going to go out of bounds. That's going to stop the clock, which is in favor of the Gladiators.
Pass, attempted 4.
He was looking for Walter Williams there around the goal line, but McFarland had stepped out of bounds prior to letting that pass go.
Pressure got to him on that one. He did have Williams open for that touchdown, but
Loss of 4 in the play will make it 39 for the Shamrocks at the Gladiator 15-yard line.
And Walter Williams Micah McFarland went out of bounds for a loss of 4 yards on the play. This is going to be 3rd and 9 when this ball is snapped. McFarland's going to turn and hand off to Gonzalez. Gonzalez leaping over the pile, gets down toward the 10. It's going to be about a 4th and 3 now for the Shamrocks.
Tackle by number 34, Matthew Ralston. Also on the tackle for the Gladiators, number 64, Luke Gorman.
That was Luke Gorman and Ralston on the stop for the Gladiators, but this one just might be a little bit too late as the Gladiators are forcing a 4th down attempt here for the Shamrocks. Looks like the Shamrock offense is staying out on the field. This is certainly within the range of kicker Caden Ward for the Shamrocks, as he has been good all game on his extra point attempts. The only thing he missed was a 49-yard field goal. Shamrocks letting this clock wind, and they're going to take this thing all the way down to the 50-second mark when they take a TO. And we're going to take it with them. We'll be right back after this from our friends at the Traverse City Cherry Capital Airport.
Now's the time to fly from your Northern Michigan hometown Cherry Capital Airport, TVC. TVC Airport will get you to your dream destination anywhere in the world. Visit tvcairport.com now.
Collar Clinic, providing peace of mind and local customer service with the latest GPS collars, ARC collars, e-collars, beeper collars, accessories, and replacement parts, protecting your dog's safety and giving you the confidence that you'll be hunting with your dog, not for them. Collar Clinic, your e-collar specialist in Northern Michigan for over 35 years.
27-yard field goal.
Here's Caden Ward to attempt what's going to be a 27-yard field goal. McFarland on the hold. Ward puts it up. Kicks a pop-up, and it's no good.
The kick is no good.
And it looked like
Right to the left.
he had plenty of leg, but for some reason there, David, just didn't go where Ward wanted it to go.
Yeah, just wide left on that one there.
Kind of looked like my golf swing. I mean, that thing was high and left.
Ooh, don't tell me about my last time I went out golfing. Too much hooking on that one.
While we have an opportunity to do so, we want to thank all of our sponsors who have made this game being able to be broadcasted live. Redmond Automotive, Pop Excavating, the Traverse City Cherry Capital Airport, Twin Bay Docks, American Liner Systems, BC Pizza, Alpers Excavating, Grand Traverse Hauling, Collar Clinic, 3 West Commercial, Team Elmers, Red Mesa and Magnum Hospitality, as the Gladiators are back under center here. And they're just going to down this one as they're going to lick their wounds and will be taking on the Grayling Vikings next Friday in the Lake Michigan Conference clash. Additionally, we want to thank our friends at That's a Pizza and Traverse Catholic Credit Union for bringing this game to you live from the comfort of wherever you find comfort. The final score here, Shamrocks 28, Gladiators 14. Gladiators lose their first game of the 2024 campaign, and we'll tell you all about it when we come back after a word from our sponsors.
Ladies and gentlemen, your final score. Here is Springs.
Today's game is brought to you by Redmond Automotive, Pop Excavating, Cherry Capital Airport, Twin Bay Docks, American Liners, BC Pizza, Alpers Excavating, Grand Traverse Hauling, Collar Clinic, 3 West, Team Elmers, That's a Pizza, Traverse Catholic Federal Credit Union, Red Mesa Grill, PGLs, and Magnum Hospitality.
Collar Clinic, providing peace of mind and local customer service with the latest GPS collars, ARC collars, e-collars, beeper collars, accessories, and replacement parts, protecting your dog's safety and giving you the confidence that you'll be hunting with your dog, not for them. Collar Clinic, your e-collar specialist in Northern Michigan for over 35 years.
Traverse Catholic Federal Credit Union in Traverse City. We make banking secure and convenient with biometric logins and remote deposit capture. Whether you need loans, mortgages, or credit cards, we've got you covered. Manage your finances effortlessly with our online banking services. Grow your savings with our competitive rates and savings products. Experience the difference with Traverse Catholic Federal Credit Union. Visit tcfedcu.org for more.
Outdoors? Do you like action, being part of a team, and big machines? At Team Elmers, we're not just building roads and infrastructure, we're building dreams and communities. And as a 100% employee-owned company, we value every employee owner with a commitment to excellence and a culture where everything we do it with heart. Every day brings new opportunities for adventure. Apply now at teamelmers.com/careers and to be part of something extraordinary.
The Grand Traverse Hauling and Junk Removal know how to help you in times of need, whether you are in the middle of a remodel or just have too much clutter in your life. They work hard to clean up your living space in no time, and if you want to tackle the project on your own, simply call them to drop off one of their nearly 24 dumpsters from 6 cubic yards in size and larger. These folks love what they do and love to help you too. So give them a call today at 231-649-5696 or visit them online at www.grandtravershauling.com. At American Liner Systems, they have 3 main goals in mind. They want to do the best possible job for their customers, ensure farm and industrial safety, and protect the environment all at the same time. No matter how big or small your job site or farm is, they have many eco-safe solutions like machinery catch basins, fuel and chemical storage, manure lagoons, fertilizer containment solutions, equipment maintenance pads, and so much more. To keep our fresh water clean and our forests green, visit AmericanLinerSystems.com or call 231-258-4200 for a free quote so you can protect tomorrow's environment today.
Now's the time to fly from your northern Michigan hometown Cherry Capital Airport, TVC. TVC Airport will get you to your dream destination anywhere in the world. Visit tvcairport.com now. Now's the time to fly from your northern Michigan hometown Cherry Capital Airport, TVC. TVC Airport will get you to your dream destination anywhere in the world. Visit tvcairport.com now.
At American Liner Systems, they have three main goals in mind. They want to do the best possible job for their customers, ensure farm and industrial safety, and protect the environment all at the same time. No matter how big or small your job site or farm is, they have many eco-safe solutions like machinery catch basins, fuel and chemical storage, manure lagoons, fertilizer containment solutions, equipment maintenance pads, and so much more. To keep our fresh water clean and our forests green, visit AmericanLinerSystems.com or call 231-258-4200 for a free quote so you can protect tomorrow's environment today.
.14. 28-14, the final score here between the Gladiators and the Shamrocks. I'm Charles Strail, joined here on the American Liner Systems post-game show. I've got four players here tonight that really fought hard. I'm going to start over here with you, Cam, first. We talked about on the broadcast tonight that it was just kind of the turnovers that were the difference in the game, 4-1. How do you guys look to bounce back and kind of flush this game out of the system as you've got a big Northern Michigan Football League game coming up next week versus Grayling?
We simply just need to execute on both sides of the ball. We failed to do that tonight, and that's why the score is what it is.
Sure. I'll welcome in you, Harrison. Now, Harrison, you were in on a lot of tackles. We saw you very effective on the ground game here, running off a lot of times the right side of the offensive line on your guys' counter play. What did you see that was working, running behind your offensive line tonight, able to open up those lanes for you?
Yeah, just really good tackles, big holes, and, you know, if you hit the hole hard and make some room for yourself, it's going to be a big play.
Sure. So, obviously, not the way you guys wanted this one to come out, but you do have the opportunity to have 6 more games after this. You can learn from this experience. You can grow as a team. And realistically, you can pinpoint one area that you need to improve, taking better control of the football. I think would have made a big difference in this game. I'll bring in over Matthew Kane now. Matthew, you're working hard in the trenches tonight and out wide. And talk to me a little bit about what you guys anticipated this game to be. Was it what you thought it was going to be, or did it vary a little bit in how you prepped for this one?
We anticipated to win, and we fell short. We've got work to do, and we're going to fight hard next week.
Sure. That's a great attitude to have, a great mentality, a winner's mentality. Now let me welcome in Eli Bigger. Eli, you were taking in this one as well, and let me just ask you, from a standpoint of how long does it take to really kind of flush this out of your system, get ready, and, you know, on to Grayling, essentially?
We got to have this flushed by tonight, honestly, and get ready tomorrow and after that for Grayling.
That's right. That's a really good approach. Well, guys, I thank you for joining us here on the American Liner Systems Halftime Show. We'll see all of you guys next week as you take on the Grayling Vikings. We'll be there looking forward to that one, like you said, Eli, getting this one fleshed out of the system and ready to advance, take on, and you're on to Grayling. So thank you for joining us here, guys. Until we see you again, we'll touch base and then see you next week in Grayling. Thanks once again. This has been the American Liner Systems Halftime Show. Your final here from Berrien Springs High School, 28-14. Gladiators fall short. Next week, they'll be on the road taking on the Vikings. For all of us here at Next Level Broadcasting, want to thank our outstanding production staff here, myself, Charles Trail, Owen Clearwater, David Gray, our executive producer, Jessica Alcorn here, and all of our other camera and videographers involved in making this a next level production. We thank you, and as always, have a great rest of the evening, everyone. Good night.
At American Liner Systems, they have three main goals in mind. They want to do the best possible job for their customers, ensure farm and industrial safety, and protect the environment all at the same time. No matter how big or small your job site or farm is, they have many eco-safe solutions like machinery catch basins, fuel and chemical storage, manure lagoons, fertilizer containment solutions, equipment maintenance pads, and so much more. To keep our fresh water clean and our forests green, visit AmericanLinerSystems.com or call 231-258-4200 for a free quote so you can protect tomorrow's environment today.
Today's game is brought to you by Redmond Automotive, Pop Excavating, Cherry Capital Airport, Twin Bay Docks, American Liners, BC Pizza, Alpers Excavating, Grand Traverse Hauling, Collar Clinic, 3 West, Team Elmers, That's the Pizza, Travis Catholic Federal Credit Union, Red Mesa Grill, PGLs, and Magnum Hospitality.